Hey guys, what's with me, Sarah? Welcome back to my channel, and before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. So today's video is going to be my physical TBR video. I'm going to show you all the books on my physical TBR. I'm not sure the exact number. I think it's somewhere between 25 and 30, probably around 25. And yeah, so I have them in no particular order, except I'm going to start with the ones on my August TBR and move on to the rest. So let's just dive right into it. So starting off, we have How to Make a Horror Movie and Survive by Craig DeLuey. This is a horror novel. It is adult, and I'm not going to go into synopsis because we could be here forever, but I will give you a general idea. It is about like a haunted camera that shot an amazing horror movie, but that movie turned out to not be a fiction. It all really happened. Next, we have Crossed by Emily McIntyre, book 5 in the Never After series. This is a Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling, and this series is full of standalones, so you can read them in any order, and it is dark romance. And the last one on my August TBR is Ashes of You by Catherine Cowles. This is part of the Lost and Found series. It's romantic suspense, small town. This one is single dad, and that's pretty much all I know about it. That is that one. Now on to the other books. I have Malice by John Gwynne. This is the first in the Faithful and the Fallen series. It is a high epic fantasy, and it's chunky. That's really all I know about it. And next we have The Golden Braid by Melanie Dickerson. I believe this is YA, and it is also a Rapunzel retelling, so I'm assuming a bit of fantasy. And that one, I have a book to go with it. Next, we have The Air He Breathes by Brittany Cherry. This is a romance. It is a contemporary romance. It's supposed to be really sad, and it was very popular in the book community a while ago. I have not read anything by this author, but I'm excited. Next is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas, and this is a contemporary kind of maybe rom-com-y romance. This is the debut novel by this author, and again, it was very popular. Luka with Love by Mariana Zapata. This is a figure skater and hockey player romance. It's contemporary. This is the Indigo exclusive edition from a few years back, and it's slow burn, enemies to lovers, and a lot of people also love this one. Consider Me by Becca Mack. This is the first book in the Playing for Keeps series. I believe that's what it's called. It's a hockey romance, and that's all I know. So that's that one. Next is Whiskey Business by Elliot Fletcher. This is a contemporary romance, and it is Grumpy Sunshine, Opposites Attract, and apparently he is a grumpy Scottish whiskey distiller, and they are forced to work together to save the business. So forced proximity, workplace. Next is Abby in Wonderland by Sarah Mlynowski. This is the first book in the special edition series of the Whatever After series. This is a middle grade series about Abby, and in the regular series, her brother Jonah, who go into fairy tale lands through their magic mirror in their basement. Next, we have Allegiant by Veronica Roth. This is the third book in the Divergent trilogy, and I am so nervous to read this, but excited at the same time. This is a YA dystopian novel. I'm sure you guys have heard about Divergent, but this is the kind of the final one. And then I also have 4, which is a collection of like short stories taking place over the first few novels, but from 4, he is one of the characters, his perspective. So excited for that. I love 4. He's amazing. And now we have some Dean Koontz. I've got Darkfall, horror, know nothing about it. Brother Odd is the third book in the Odd Thomas series. Loved the first 2. Again, horror. And it's pretty much just following Odd. And I've talked about the first book on my channel many times, but he can see these things called Bodaks, that he calls Bodaks, and they are always near when death is near. So I have no idea what this one in particular is going to be about, but there's that one. And then I've got one more Dean Koontz, which is Hideaway. Again, pretty sure this is horror. Could be a little more thrillery, but I'm not sure. But I know nothing about it, so there's that one. We are making good progress. Now, this is Gothicana by Runix. Sprayed Edges. This is a dark gothic romance. I'm not sure if there's a little bit of fantasy in there, but I believe it's like a Dracula and Beauty and the Beast inspired book. And we have Wild Love by Elsie Silver, book 1 in the Rose Hill series. This is small town billionaire single dad or romance. And I think it's somewhat like best friend's little sister or best friend's sister. Yes. And I love Elsie Silver's writing. I've read the entire Chestnut Spring series and absolutely adored those books. We have some Rick Riordan, the first 2 books in the Magnus Chase series, The Sword of Summer and The Hammer of Thor. I've started this one, the first one, The Sword of Summer, and I wasn't liking it, but I'll be keeping them around, hopefully, to give them another shot. But those are middle grade fantasy Norse mythology. So we have For the Fans by Nyla K. This is an camera, like webcam situation. And I think it might be enemies to lovers, but I'm not sure. But this one I've heard a lot of good things about. Also have Older by Jennifer Hartman, which this is a best friend's dad, yes. And I'm super excited. I love Jennifer Hartman's writing. That's really all I know about this. It's taboo. I'm assuming it's going to be quite dark as well. And there's that one. We are almost finished, you guys. Between Never and Forever by Shane Rose. This is part of the, I forget what series this is, but this is book 3. I have not read the first 2 books, but I only own this one. And I know like nothing about this. I just saw a good recommendation for it and added it to cart. And it's here with me now. Hail by Anastasia White. This is a single dad romance. I believe it's also Nanny. And that's all I know. And the last book I have to talk to you guys about is Smoking Gun by Lainey Lawson. This is a cowboy small town romance. And that's pretty much all I know. It seems like they get in a no strings attached, no feelings kind of relationship, but obviously something else grows. So those are the books on my physical TBR. Now I'm going to try to organize them when I put them back on the shelf. So let's do that. So that is how the books are looking back on the shelves. I feel like that's much better. I've categorized them. This is my monthly TBR on this shelf. And then we go by genre. And once we get to romance, I try to do a bit of a rainbow kind of thing. But that is it for this video. If you made it this far, please leave me a book stack emoji. And before you go, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.